Hello. Hi there again. My name is Scott Chally. I've released two videos now. They're called Scott Chally and Scott Chally Part 2. This is Scott Chally Part 3. This talks about the New World Order that I have put together that explains what life could be like and how it could be run. If you're interested in anything of this sort, I would say please pay attention because this could be our future. So, but anyhow, let me start out with, for instance, I kind of mentioned on commercials property in the first video of this new world order plan that I've come up with. And I'd like to address how it would be broken down for a company for it doesn't overestablish too much property in the world where nothing comes in. It'll be exempt. You'll have property taxes come in. So in other words, if you had to pay assessment dues, you're looking at $1,300 on $100,000 house. $200,000 house, $2,600. $300,000 house or property, it'll be $3,900. A lot of that is within the standards of today's standards of paying for taxes. A lot of places are a lot higher than that. I'm taking that on a basis, and it could change in the future, deciding on when we put this together or if we ever do. The thing is, commercial. If you start a commercial company and you have two guys, two people is all it takes to be commercial or industrial or a business to be exempt from paying taxes on your property. But out of two people, for instance, it'd be 100 by 100 meters. And for instance, if you had 1,000 people working for you, it may be 100 acres of land that would be exempt from that. Anything extra, you would have to pay the money on to keep it afloat. The reason why I'm saying you have to pay money on it, you don't want to landlock this world for all the big companies to sit there and own land and never having to pay any type of taxes on it. It would landlock it. But now with this, if everybody pays, that means if they won't buy too much property that they have to pay taxes on unless they're going to use it or utilize it. So for businesses, they got tax breaks, but of course they have to pay in 30% on an employee working for them to the government. That brings up another thing. This is money that's coming in. The commercial property is exempt, but you still got property assessment dues, which will be a lot of money coming in. On another basis, you've got inheritance tax or inheritance charge. We don't like saying tax in this new world, but inheritance charge. When people pass and when they inherit it to other people and they give it away, we're talking, instead of having this to be freely given to the next person, I figured a good way to get the money back from the economy for it doesn't grow too rapidly with inflation. You won't have inflation, but I'm saying you'll have a lot of money. The thing is, when you look at this, 33% would come out from, if you had $1,000,000 house, $333,333 of that million would be set aside to go to the government. You'd have to lend on it and or sell them property to get money to pay the government. You've got up to 5 or 6 years, I think it's 6 years to pay that in. But it goes up from 33, it goes to 38, and then it goes to 43. At 5% every year if you don't pay it within. And then of course, on the 6th year, if you don't pay it, they come in, they liquidate your stuff until it's paid, and then you got to do like a year of prison or jail to sit there for your consequences. Not saying that's rough or too bad, but there's got to be limits and guidelines to establish this to come forward. As far as retirement income, there's two pensions. There's from 18 to 38, and there's 38 to 58. And when the people work at all the companies that participate in paying in the money, even though there may be clauses in the small businesses that are under 50 people employed that may be considered a tax break for the small customer or the small businesses, to where they will maybe, instead of paying 30% to the government for the wages of the person that works for them, maybe they only have to pay 15%, and the government pays the other 15 to equal to 30% for the person to receive at retirement. But during that time, all that money, that's coming in. So we've got assessment dues on the property. We've got retirement income coming in, and we got inheritance money coming in. We've got another thing now. What can really take a lot of money off the economy? Well, drugs. Yes. It's happening in today's standards as we speak. Illinois just passed legal marijuana. We'll sell marijuana, regulate it so much per week, month, and have it regulated. Everybody will be established in a database with the chip to receive money, whether it's in their hand or arm, or if they don't want the chip, they get a card with the visible ID picture and code scanner to sit there and go medical purchases for whatever, employment, clock in ID. It keeps all the records on you. It's one database, and it'll keep the records on everyone. So you can pull with your information of your car anything that you've done, and that would be good. And cocaine, I was thinking taking cocaine and maybe mixing it 50-50 for it's not as potent. Make it to where it's safe for the public to use, to sit there and take it to where people, it'd be like a hyped up cough medicine, to where it'll still give you something, but you're not going to worry about overdosing or getting a heart attack. Make it safe for the economy and then sell it. And that would sell a lot. So you're talking between the marijuana and the cocaine, there would be like drugstores. You'd walk in, it sells only cocaine and only marijuana, and that's it. Maybe cigarettes, who knows. But the thing is, these would make a lot of money. They would make a lot of money. They'd pull a lot of money off. I really don't need to pull that much money off the economy, but I'm trying to pull the money off the economy for we don't over fluctuate too quickly. And the thing is, when you look at getting paid every day, or well, basically every day, every month, every year, by a cost of living of where you live, your medical's paid for, housing's controlled, autos are controlled, insurance controlled, utilities are controlled, food is controlled. One of your most important things, you can live the life of luxury. I got housing for elderly. Kind of disappointing in one way, but if you sit there and become disabled from the government, they're going to take care of you, whether it's a retirement home or you live in your home. The bad thing about it is, if you're going to a retirement home, you're being fully taken care of. So you no longer need the money. So that money going to you will no longer go to you anymore to pay to you. So if it was $1,666 a month for a single person in a small 3,500 per populated community, you won't get that money no more. The thing is, if you're living or daycare, kind of like daycare, be people checking up and working with the people, the older people, or the crippled people, the people that need help, and they could sit there and take care of the bills, take care of their needs, laundry, check up, 2-3 hour visits, and they could pay them sensibly and not lose all of it. They'll lose a little portion of their money. But if they're 100% disabled to where they need bed care and they got to take care of it, if they got their house paid for, that'd be great. Or if they have another source of income like a retirement plan, they could take that and that would be paid for. And they'd be able to live in comfort. Partners. We got gays and lesbians. In the future, it's going to be multiple partners. It might be 2 men and 1 woman, or 2 women and 1 man. It may be couples. People are going to do different things in life. Be ready for change. We got to allow it. We must accept to a lot of things in this life. And there isn't anything that's unchangeable if you believe in it. If you don't like it, ignore it. And it isn't part of your concern. If you don't like the idea of mixed relationships and stuff, that's okay. It doesn't mean it doesn't have to happen. It just doesn't have to happen for you. Parks and recreation centers. Yeah. I was thinking, in this new world, of course, the streets and the government buildings, parks are paid for, but on the parks, you could put a reception or a rec center inside of each park. Could have game rooms, could have pool tables, bowling alley, could have whatever recreational video games set up. Mini golf. It can be operated by a person that's paid by the government to own the rec center for the community to play with or establish. That's just one thing that you can have. There's all kinds of things you can do with this new world. So believe on this. Pass it on to your friends. Look me up. It's www.scottchally.com. The logo what I made is Ace Services. Quality at its finest. Ace of Hearts, Ace of Spades, Ace of Diamonds. Then 3 branches. The Ace of Clubs can be used, but not in the government. Not for holding everybody together. This will work. Please stay tuned to more of my videos. I love y'all.